Hey, Disney cruisers, and welcome back to the DCL community where we are here to help you plan, prepare for, and get excited for your Disney cruise. You guys know me. I'm Rebecca, your host and admin of the DCL community. And today we are so excited to be going through a Marvel Day at Sea cruise. Now, if you have no idea what Marvel Day at Sea is, if you are just a big Marvel fan, you're going to want to stick around for this. And as you're coming in, let us know. I'm curious if people have a favorite Marvel movie or Marvel character. But as people are coming in, Megan, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yeah. So my name is Megan Farwell. I'm a travel agent with Waves and Wonder Travel. And me and my family and I, we love cruising on Disney. We've cruised a few other lines, but Disney's our favorite. That's what we always come back to. I've got 3 kids, ages 12, 9, and 5. And we've been on, I believe, 8 or 9. It's hard to keep track at this point. Disney cruises. And we've got another one scheduled for September of 2025. So yeah, we just love it so much. We keep coming back to it. It's absolutely our favorite. So yeah.
I was going to say, especially the kids love it. You guys love it. You just can't go wrong.
Yep.
And I know we're going to get into Marvel Day at Sea. I know you've cruised non-Marvel cruises too, but if you are watching and you're ready to plan a Disney cruise, whether it's Marvel Day at Sea or any time of the year, reach out to Megan. I'll get her contact info on the DCL community website up on the screen, but she is here to help, and her planning services are totally free for you to utilize. So let her be that resource to take all the pressure away. She's a mom. She's busy. She works. She gets it. Let her help you plan the cruise so you can focus on enjoying all of the super things on board. We're going to have to start keeping track of how many terrible puns, superhero related puns I used during this. But I'm going to get this in the comments for everybody as well. But let's go ahead and dive into exactly what Marvel Day at Sea is.
Yeah. So first of all, a lot of people are not really sure. So Marvel Day at Sea, it's a regular cruise, but just one day is dedicated to complete Marvel theming. So it's a jam-packed one-day event where the ship completely transforms into a celebration of all things Marvel. They have specific activities, specific Marvel entertainment, specific Marvel characters that you'll meet. But basically the whole day is everything Marvel, but the rest of the cruise is just a normal Disney cruise. So you still have all your regular characters, Mickey, Minnie, Daisy, Donald, the princesses. So yeah, it's just one day. A lot of people are confused. They think the entire cruise is Marvel themed, but it's not. It's just one day.
So that day at sea is the important part. And I think there's some little things that might be trickled throughout the cruise.
There are a few things. So they have ticketed meet and greets similar to the Royal Gathering. So those can be on other days just so they can fit in everybody that wants to do those. I think that was really the only carryover that we had to the other days. So
yes. And somebody's asking, are there any other themed cruises?
Yes, there's Halloween themed. That's I'm totally blanking. Halloween on the high seas.
Yeah.
There's Christmas cruises, which are very merry time. And there used to be Pixar. I don't know if they're really doing Pixar anymore, but there used to be Pixar Day at Sea as well. So
way back in the day, they used to have Star Wars. So these themes, some of them have come and gone, but Marvel has seemed to be a consistent winner for Disney Cruise Line. And I mean, we look at all the Marvel that's going to be featured on the Destiny. So it seems like, Marvel fans, you are being heard. Yes. So I am excited to dive in a little bit more into Marvel Day at Sea.
Okay, so Marvel Day at Sea is only on select sailings starting in January and ending in March. So for 2025, they have 8 different sailings that they're offering it on. It's always on the Dream, and I've got them listed out here. It's 5-night sailings every time, and then that's typically because those have 2 days at sea. So then one of those days at sea can be the Marvel Day. So listed out right there. There's 8 of them this year for 2025. They haven't announced 2026 yet, so we're not sure. But in the past, it's always been January through March. So
good to know. And someone's asking, those dates don't work for me. What about over the summer?
They do not offer them over the summer. Unfortunately, they only have them on these specific dates. So usually it's a little bit slower time of year just because they're trying to kind of entice people to book these cruises, these dates that might not be as full or whatever. But Not in the summer, unfortunately.
And I was going to say, if these dates don't work for you, reach out to Megan. There's Marvel on board
Yeah.
all of the ships in some way, shape, or form. And she sailed on so many of the ships at this point that she can help figure out what's going to be the best. And Marvel is super important to your kids. Certain kids clubs
Right.
have certain things or certain meet and greets on some ships. So reach out to her and let her help you coordinate on which ship might be best versus just the Marvel Day at Sea.
Yep.
Awesome. And Western Caribbean and Bahamas, can't go wrong. Can't go wrong.
So yeah, so if you specifically want one of these cruises, I kind of took a screenshot of where you can find or how to book it online or have a travel agent book it for you. So when you go on the Disney cruise and you're looking at cruises, you can click that more filters button there, and that will pop up that option to just view the Marvel Day at Sea cruises. So that's going to bring up every cruise that offers it if you're specifically looking for one of those when you're searching on the website.
And I know that if I go ahead and book this on my own and then decide I want to use a travel agent, can I get that reservation to you somehow?
Yes. So you can transfer a reservation to a travel agent within 30 days of booking it. So it has to be within 30 days and it has to be not paid in full. So sometimes if you're really close to your sail date, you have to pay in full when you book. So just make sure it's been less than 30 days and you're not paid in full, and you can definitely transfer it to travel agent and we can help you with everything we would on a normal booking for us. So.
And there's a long list of things that they can help with. So if you want more information on that, definitely reach out to Megan as well. But let's talk about some of these normal activities. Okay. That is such a cute picture.
Yeah. So they have all the activities during the Marvel Day at Sea that you would normally have, but then they put a Marvel spin on them. So these are what I call the normal activities with like a Marvel spin. So they'll have Marvel trivia. They'll have Marvel game shows. They'll have Marvel crafts. They have all the different, they said over 30. I don't think there's 30 characters there's a lot, but there's not 30. But there's tons of different Marvel characters that will be there. They play Marvel movies all day long in the movie theater. They have Animation Academy where they do different Marvel characters that you learn how to draw. And then they have special activities in the kids club that are Marvel themed. So those are what they would have on every cruise, as far as like every cruise has trivia, every cruise has crafts, but they also have a Marvel spin just on that day. So that's like the normal activities with the Marvel spin.
Okay. And I know we're going to get the question of, what if I am not a huge Marvel person? Am I going to be just bored this day?
No, I don't think you will be. They still have Mickey, Minnie. They still have the regular characters as well. They do have special Marvel outfits, but that's kind of cool because you get to see them in costumes that they are not normally in. Yeah. So you can still meet Mickey, Minnie, the Fab Five on this day. I don't think they had the princesses out really on this day, but most of the other, I'm not gonna lie, most of the activities were Marvel themed. So like if you wanted to go to a trivia, I think almost all of them were Marvel themed. But there's still so much to do. I mean, there's the pools, the water slides, just so many other things to do as well. So I don't think you'd be bored. And like, just even if you're not a Marvel fan, I still would encourage you to just try it because it's so much fun. The characters are amazing. Like they are so believable. I have some pictures later that kind of prove that, but yeah, it's really cool. So
I love that. And somebody's asking, are all the character interactions like this up close?
Pretty much. Yeah. They're all like, yeah, right. Meet and greet where you can get autographs, hugs, everything. So
beautiful. Love it. And I was going to say, I did the Pixar Day at Sea last year and it was a blast, but there was so much going on all day that it felt like the pool decks were so quiet because everybody was inside the ship doing all of the activities.
Yeah, like for sure. Honestly, they could I'm sure they could make it 2 days because there were so many characters and so many things to do. We didn't even come close to actually meeting all the characters. I would say we saw some of them from afar, but like as far as actually meeting all of them, we couldn't even do it because there were so many. So you could definitely be just absolutely super busy with all the Marvel stuff.
Love that. And somebody's saying, been to 2 Marvel trivias on regular cruises. You better know your stuff and get 110% correct. That is so true. People take trivia very seriously.
Yes, very, very seriously. I consider us pretty big Marvel fans. We've seen almost all the movies. And yeah, we were not even in
Not
the
even
running,
close.
like not even close. So
Oh man, I could promise you got more right than I did. But let's talk about some of these extra
yeah, so
activities.
these are extra activities that would not be on a normal cruise, but they are on the Marvel cruise. So they have Marvel Heroes Unite. That is an evening deck show. It's about at 10 p.m. That show is amazing. It's like the best deck show I think I've ever seen. They have
Oh,
you can see all pretty much all the characters. They're out there on the deck in the show. They have them up flying through the air. They have fireworks. It's awesome. They have the Strange Academy, which is a show in the like stage show theater with Doctor Strange. They have the Warriors of Wakanda show, which is in the atrium, and Okoye, one of the generals from Wakanda, comes out and does a show for like, and you can, it's really close. It's really cool to see that. They have the Star Spangled USO show, which is with Captain America. And then they have Mickey and Minnie's Superhero Celebration, which is all of the regular characters in their superhero costumes. So they have definitely extra activities that are not going to be on a normal cruise. So it's very cool.
I knew about the show in the atrium. I did not realize there are so many other things
Yeah.
going on. And I knew that we were going to get this question. Does fireworks on this night mean that we don't get a pirate night on these cruises?
No, you still get a pirate night and you still get the fireworks on the pirate night as well.
Awesome. So double fireworks.
Yes.
Love it. Okay. Oh my gosh, the characters do get right in front of you.
Yeah, so these are two of pictures I had for just the previous slide. So this is the deck show. And I kind of wanted to show this one because these two areas in the front here, they have them taped off. If you want to be in that area, I would say you're going to want to be there at least probably 45 minutes to sit in that area. But the characters come out and you get to like high five and meet them and everything after the show's over. So that's a super fun place to sit if you're really, really into the deck show, is right there in front. But like I said, I would be there at least 45 minutes early if you want to sit there. And then this is just an example of Mickey in his superhero costume. So yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love that so much. And I just the fact that they have special costumes or outfits just for the Marvel Day at Sea,
Yeah.
that is so fun. Oh,
Yes.
and two fireworks shows. How can you go wrong?
So here's like every character that I could remember that was there. As you can see, there are a ton. So I have like this main list, and then these two at the bottom. Those we did not meet, but they were at the Marvel Deck Show. They were like the villains of the Marvel Deck Show. So those last two at the bottom, you couldn't do meet and greets with them, but everybody else you could. They had them as scheduled meet and greets during the day, and then at the end of the night, they all came out in the atrium, and it was just like this huge mass of characters just walking around, talking to everybody in the atrium. It was amazing. Like I've never seen anything like it really on a Disney cruise. It was awesome. So
That's awesome. Okay, so they were just floating around for everybody.
yes. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It was like probably about 8:30 or 9. It was after dinner, the last dinner. Or I guess they must have done it twice because it was at 8:30. So we had already had dinner because we had early dinner. So yeah, but it was amazing. They were all out there together, just kind of floating around, talking to everybody, doing pictures. So it was really cool.
And can we talk about what you need reservations for and what you don't need reservations for?
So I have a slide coming up in just a minute, but
Beautiful.
yeah.
Okay, then we can get to that then. I love that this is so many extra characters.
Yes.
And the fact that this is in addition to all the normal characters on
Yes.
board, it's just such a great bonus. I love that.
Yeah, so these are just some of the pictures we had in the atrium that night, where all the characters were there. So there's Shang-Chi, there's Thor and Loki, and then Black Widow. So
Oh,
it
oh
was
my
just
gosh.
amazing. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say photo package, definitely worth it for Marvel
Yes.
Day at Sea Cruise.
Yes.
Just throwing that out there. Were there photographers with the characters? Where you
There
could
were
get-
not.
were
There
not.
were sometimes, but not during this evening time where they were just all out there together. There weren't
I
really,
love
but
that.
they had just like, where you'll see like Mickey at 4:30 in the atrium on the navigator. They had them set up like that too during the day. So those meet and greets did have photographers with them.
Beautiful. Okay, that is so cool. The fact that they're just going on walks around the
Yeah,
atrium for anybody to bump into. And that makes for such special conversations. And my favorite part is when they remember
yeah,
you or your kids.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's the absolute best. Oh,
Okay,
perfect.
so
Take it
yeah.
and meet and greets.
Yeah, so here's a ticketed meet and greet. So these are similar to the Royal Gathering where you don't have to pay any extra money, but you do need a ticket to go to the meet and greet. So they have heroic encounters Asgard. So that's either going to be Thor or Loki. Then they have heroic encounters HQ. So that's going to be Spider-Man or Iron Man or both. And then they have heroic encounters Guardians. So that was Star-Lord, Gamora, or Groot. So that can be any combination, and you can't pick which ones you get. So it's kind of just like luck of the draw when you have your time slot of who's going to be there. So, like when we had Asgard, we had Loki. When we did the HQ, we had Spider Man and Iron Man. And then when we did the Guardians, we had Groot. So,
Um,
yeah, it's just kind of luck of the draw as to who you get during your time slot.
and are these individual things that you book or
Yes.
is it
So
just
here
one of
each
these?
nope, you book each one separately. You can book them in the app 30 days before the cruise, just like for the Royal Gathering. It opens at midnight. Um, so I would definitely recommend being on at midnight to do it. So you can book all three of these in the Royal Gathering. So that's 4 different ticketed meet and greets that you can do for that cruise. Um, I actually was on an airplane in Europe when our 30-day check-in opened, so I didn't get any of them beforehand. But the day we boarded the ship, I was on the app right when we boarded the ship, and they had new time slot openings that day. So I was
Wow.
able to get all three the day we boarded the ship. So do
Yeah.
not despair if you don't get them in advance because new time slots open all the time. So
Yes, that is so good to know. I know that stress and pressure having to book all those things ahead of time can sometimes eat people up. And I'm curious how the line times were for, you have your time slot, but then
mhm.
how long did you wait to actually
It
meet?
was not long. So the ones that were ticketed were probably 10 minutes or less.
Awesome.
The ones that were just like time slots in the app where you just show up at like 4:30 for Captain America or whatever, those were definitely a little bit longer. I would say probably 20 to 30 minutes on most of those. But I think with Disney or Disney cruises, the nice thing is it's really easy to have somebody wait in line and then have the other people kind of join them. It's easier to do that on the cruises than it is in like Disney World, for example. So we did that a couple times. Like my husband would wait in line, and then we'd come after like 15 or 20 minutes and join him. So
Got it. That's awesome to hear. I know it was the very first Pixar day at sea, so there's always some kinks. You got to give them a little bit of
mhm.
grace. But I want to say it was like 30 minutes, and like after you already checked in for the ticketed event, it was
Oh
definitely a
yeah,
while. So it seems like they've worked out some of those kinks. If
yeah.
they're able to get everybody in, maybe they had some additional time slots or something they were able to fit in there. So I love that. And I love all your kids' smiles. They're so excited. And were the characters good? Were they
Oh yes,
interacting?
they were
Okay.
very good. My kids were so nervous to meet Loki because like he's a villain, so like he's a little bit
Yeah.
intimidating, and he had like a British accent and everything, just like he does in the movies. So
Ooh,
yeah, they were. That one was super cool. Groot, I have another picture of Groot coming up, but Groot was awesome. Yeah, they were all amazing.
that's fantastic. Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
that
so
is
here's
Groot.
some more.
I would love to meet Groot. That
Yeah,
would definitely be
so
at the top of my list.
Iron Man and Spider-Man were amazing, of course, but so my oldest daughter loves Groot, so she had a Groot shirt on, and then she had the little, baby Groot shoulder pal that they call it. So this is
Yeah.
him when he sees the little baby Groot shoulder pal, and he was so excited to see that on her shirt. So it was super fun, and they shook his hand, like, he's got his big, like, tree hand, and they shook his hand and everything, so it was really cool.
Gosh, that is awesome. I can just imagine him saying, "I'm Groot, I am Groot,"
Yeah.
just right to himself. That is so cool. And as somebody's asking, where are all of these meet and greets? Were
So
they around?
usually they're like in the lounges.
Got it.
So they kind of convert the lounges to the meet and greet locations for the ticketed events and even just some of the other regular meet and greets also. So
Good to know. And somebody else is asking, do the main dining rooms go Marvel decor too?
They
Or is there
don't
like a
They
Marvel
didn't have any
menu?
special decor, but they do have, like, a Marvel-themed menu for that night. So they'll have, like, you know, they just name their dishes kind of like after Marvel, basically, so
Got it. Is it the same menu as the Wishes Marvel
it
dining
isn't.
room? Or it
Mm, no,
isn't.
it's
Okay, so
different.
this is another exclusive. Love that. Okay, that's fantastic. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about all the merch that you could get on a
So
specialty
I didn't
cruise.
get that many
Yes.
pictures, unfortunately, but yeah, they do have special merch. So they had a special popcorn bucket that was Marvel themed. And then I kind of took a picture of they had these special autograph books that you could get. They had, clothes and hats and stuff like that. Just special Marvel merch that you could get as well. But I didn't get many pictures, unfortunately. So yeah,
No,
it was there.
that is all right. And I know we'll get the question, is it gonna sell out? Did the Marvel stuff sell out, or was there a pretty good supply
It
for
was a pretty good supply. I don't think I saw anything sell out. So yeah, it
the
seemed fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say it seems like, knock on wood, we've maybe come past some of those very, very limited supply
Yeah.
things. I know even on my most recent sailing, they still had some of the 25th anniversary
Yeah.
items in addition to a whole bunch of new stuff. So it seems like their ordering is getting a
Yeah.
little more on track, which we'd love to see. But the fact that they have special Marvel cups and popcorn buckets, I mean, what's that? They always get me with the fresh popcorn. I say I'm
I
not
know.
going to buy it, and then I take one whiff, and I can't stop.
But the
Oh
the
my
the secret is to buy it the first day, and then you get the $1.50 refills, so it's a very good deal after that, yeah.
yes, you heard it here first, folks. Megan's got all the tips on how to save money once you're on board.
So, yeah, this is kind of an example of how I was gonna say the character interaction was so amazing. So this was in that evening time when they had all the characters out. So they were standing on that little alcove, like, where the elevators are in the middle, and
Yeah,
I was, like, across the atrium, like, on one of the other decks. So I was just taking pictures, like, from across the atrium, and Star-Lord saw me. So you can see him, he's, like, just standing there, and then he sees me and starts waving, and then he sees me and does like this, which is
yeah,
just such, like, a Star-Lord characteristic. Like, he acted exactly like what he does in the movies.
that's
So it was so
awesome.
cool.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, even Groot's facial
Yeah.
expression, the fact that they're changing, just like, oh, nice people. Oh, what are we looking at? Oh,
Yeah.
like that's so cool. Oh my gosh. And somebody's asking, do you have to make reservations for the shows?
No, you do not.
No
Nope.
reservations for the shows. And
Nope.
somebody's remind us what ship this is on again?
This is the Dream. So it's
The
only
Dream.
on the Dream.
Okay. And just your thoughts on the Dream. Would we recommend good ship?
Yes. I love the Dream. It was awesome. The Beauty and the Beast show that they have was beautiful, amazing. The restaurants were beautiful and amazing. So, yeah, no complaints.
Like about the Dream. And the Dream's going into dry dock
Yeah,
soon. So she's gonna get a little facelift.
yeah. I think they're going to add an area to the kids club. So I can't remember if they're going to add. I think it's Marvel stuff in the kids club they're adding. So yeah.
Very cool. I know I am very excited for the Dream. I think it's going to be just amazing. And the fact that just a couple months after the dry dock, you can get on board for the Marvel Day at Sea and see her
Yeah.
when it's still brand spanking new. That's such a great opportunity. Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh. Jack Jack's my favorite.
So they had this right in front of the Marvel sign, which is why I think they called it something different. But of course I can't remember what it is right now. So the Jack Jack Cyber Dash is always obviously superhero themed because Jack Jack's like a superhero, but I'm pretty sure they called it something different on the Marvel Day at Sea, but I can't remember exactly what it was. But it was super fun. And then they add these the the morning that you wake up, you go to breakfast, and then we came back and our
Sorry.
room attendant had added the little window clings to our veranda window. So that was really fun to come back and see that. And then this was just another picture of one of the meet and greets we did. That's Captain Marvel, obviously. So
And was the window cling part of the room decor package, or
no,
was
that
that
was just they just do that for you. Like we didn't pay anything extra for that. That was just part of it. So
oh, okay, okay. It's so good to know. And did you get to keep that
yeah,
at the
we
end of
did.
the cruise? Oh, that's awesome. I love that extra little bonus.
Yep.
So, okay, overall, it seems like you absolutely loved it. What about your
Yeah.
kids? Would your kids want to go on this again?
Yes. So my son is my middle child. He is the one that kind of got us into Marvel. And so originally, our Marvel Day at Sea cruise was February 2024. We went to Disneyland in October of 2023, and Disneyland has a really big Marvel area. So we started watching movies kind of to prepare for even just the Disneyland portion, and seeing all that Marvel stuff. So we started watching movies about a year before our cruise and pretty much got through all of them. Um, but yeah, we all love it. Even my two girls, they loved it. My youngest daughter's only 5, and she was super into it. So yes, we all loved it.
Okay. So, loved it across the board. It sounds like you would definitely recommend. And
Yeah,
is this something that you would go back and do again, or is it like
yeah.
a one and done?
No, we would definitely do it again. Like I said, they had so many characters. We didn't even get a chance to like do face-to-face meet and greets with all of them just because there were so many. So we would definitely do it again just because we didn't get to meet everybody that we wanted to. And some of the shows we didn't get to go to the USO show because there was just so much going on. So we could definitely do it again and do things that we didn't get to do the first time. So
And I'm sure there would still, even two of those, there would still be things that you
yeah, I'm
missed
sure
out.
there would be probably, yeah.
Gosh. And somebody's asking if you went to the Doctor Strange show.
We did. Yeah.
Love that.
At
Okay.
at Disneyland, yeah.
Oh, love that. Okay. I was like, I don't, DCA, California Adventure, I'm guessing. Love
Yeah,
that.
that was at Disneyland. We did go to that. We went to a bunch of the, little shows they have at DCA in that area. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so it sounds like if you are a Marvel fan, you've got the most perfect travel agent in the entire world with Megan, because this is right up your alley. I know I have so much Marvel to watch. I've seen a couple of the movies, but very, very, very few of them. I've got a lot of Marvel watching to do. And
Yeah,
then sorry, I just want to make sure I'm getting to all these questions. You go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I mean, I generally like superhero stuff, but, like, when we started watching all the Marvel movies, I liked it a lot more than I thought I would even. So, I would definitely recommend it to everybody. It's super fun, and like I said, the characters were just so engaging and, like, just so true to the characters that you see on the movies, so that was really cool to see. Like, Star-Lord, it was like he was really the guy, Chris Pratt or whatever his name is, the guy that plays him. It was like he was really him, so
Wow. Gosh, it's so good. And I feel like Disney even makes their villains, their personalities
yeah.
are so charismatic.
Mhm.
So it's hard not to love them even when you're meeting them in person. Are any of the summer sailings announced yet? These are the only dates we know about for Marvel Day at
Yep,
Sea right now, right?
yep,
And we hear about the next year. I want to say it was like February, but I think it was
yeah.
even later this year.
It's usually at most probably about a year in advance. So I would say we won't hear about it. Like you can already book these sailings for 2026, but they haven't tagged them as Marvel Day at Sea sailings yet. So
Uh,
like you can book a cruise in February of 2026, but you won't know for sure if it's a Marvel Day at Sea yet.
Got
So
it. Okay. So they might retroactively apply that,
right,
and you would have all these bonus things added
right.
into your sailing. Awesome. And with that in mind, don't wait to book it to find out. I would say go ahead and Megan, you're going to be the expert here, but probably lock in your rate now,
Yes.
right?
Hmm.
Okay. Very cool. Well, if you guys have any other questions, reach out to Megan. She is here to help you plan the most perfect Disney cruise vacation, whether it's Marvel Day at Sea or any of the Disney cruises, or if you just want to hang out and talk about Marvel. It sounds like we need a Marvel fan club, the Marvel Disney Cruiser fan club. It'll be so great. But that is the link to her page on the DCL community website. She is here to help be that resource to your planning so you can focus on enjoying your vacation.
Yeah.
Megan, thank you so, so much
You're
for hanging
welcome.
out with us tonight. You all have a wonderful evening, and we will see all y'all on board real soon. Bye, guys.
Bye.